Soundbars can be a decent option when you don't have the room for a full home theater setup. You also don't have to spend thousands to get a good performing product that'll do a better job than most TV speakers. Whether you need a full Atmos setup or a good 2.1 system, many options are available at a decent price point. We've tested over 190 soundbars. Below are our recommendations for the top soundbars under $500. Also, check out our picks for the overall best soundbars. The best Dolby Atmos soundbars if you watch a lot of movies, and the best budget soundbars if you're on an even tighter budget. The Vizio M-Series M512A H6 is the best soundbar under $500 we've tested. It's a great choice for everything from music to movies to TV shows, offering a versatile overall performance at a more affordable price than more premium models. This setup comes with 2 rear speakers that help position sound effects to pinpoint locations in the soundstage. Whether you're watching 5.1 surround sound formats like Dolby Digital or object-based formats like Dolby Atmos, you feel like the action is taking place all around your living room. Its sub also brings the rumble in the bass during intense scenes for a real cinematic feel. We have listed the best soundbars under $500, and their key features you need to consider this to help you choose the best one for you. For more information on the product, as always, I've included a link in the description box down below, which are updated with the best prices on each product. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to stay tuned till the end so you don't miss anything. Now let's get started. Number 6. Roku Streambar Pro. The Roku Smart Soundbar was a terrific option for cord cutters and bargain hunters, combining solid soundbar audio performance and all the features of a 4K Roku media streamer in one device. It's since been updated to the Roku Streambar Pro, a slightly new version that leaves the soundbar itself untouched, but adds a more powerful voice remote for the same $179.999 as the original version. You can optionally pump up the bass by adding a Roku wireless subwoofer, $179.99, and or add Roku TV wireless speakers, $149.99 for surround sound. Even without these additions, the Streambar Pro is powerful, versatile, and affordable enough to earn our Editor's Choice Award. The Streambar Pro looks like a very large Roku Premiere, sharing the same general shape with curved corners on one side and sharp corners on the other. It's much bigger though, measuring 2.8 by 32.2 by 3.9 inches, HWD, and weighing 5.5 pounds. The front face is covered in a dark gray grille cloth that wraps around the sides. The rest of the soundbar is matte black plastic with a glossy Roku logo on top. A single indicator LED behind the grille in the front lights up when it receives a signal, but otherwise doesn't provide any indication of the soundbar's status. The back panel holds USB, HDMI, optical input, and power connectors in a recess in the center, along with a reset button. HDMI and optical cables are included, and the soundbar works with HDMI Audio Return Channel ARC to accept audio from your TV over the HDMI RC port without using a separate optical connection. Since it functions as its own 4K Roku media streamer, it's a useful device to connect to an HDMI port. But it has no HDMI inputs like the JBL Link Bar and other HDMI-compatible soundbars that can function as input switches. Number 5. Sony HT-S2000. The Sony HT-S2000 is a simple 3.1 soundbar released in 2024. It includes a discrete center channel to improve vocal reproduction, as well as a subwoofer integrated into the bar itself. With a smaller and more compact design, it doesn't take up a lot of space in your living room either. Plus, you can connect it to other Sony subwoofers and satellites for improved performance. This soundbar supports many different audio formats, from 5.1 surround sound like Dolby Digital to lossless and object-based formats like Dolby Atmos. However, it has to downmix them to stereo to play them. The Sony HT-S2000 is decent for mixed usage. This simple 3.1 soundbar is a solid upgrade over your existing TV speakers. With support for many different audio formats you'll likely come across on different streaming platforms. Its discrete center channel improves vocal clarity in the mix too. However, since it has to downmix height and surround sound formats into stereo to play them back, it can't provide a more immersive feel to your audio. It lacks low bass too, so you don't feel as much thump and rumble in action-packed movie scenes. The Sony HT-S2000 is good for dialogue-centric content like TV shows. This 3.1 soundbar comes with a discrete center channel designed to improve vocal clarity in the mix. With an even and balanced sound, voices are reproduced with detail, so it's easy to follow along with the conversations on screen. There's even a dialogue enhancement tool on hand, which is a nice touch. However, you're pretty limited in sound customization outside of that since the bar lacks bass and treble adjustments or a graphic EQ. Number 4. Vizio M512A H6. The Vizio M series, M512A H6, is a 5.1.2 setup released in 2024. It's a mid-range offering from the manufacturer that's one of the few bars in its price range to include rear satellites for a more immersive surround sound. As with many Vizio bars, you have to wire the satellites to the sub, which isn't ideal for every living room setup. Without up-firing drivers on its satellites, it doesn't sound quite as immersive as the more premium Vizio Elevate. The Vizio M5112AH6 is very good for mixed usage. It's a versatile 5.1.2 bar that stands out from other bars at its wallet-friendly price point. Plug it into your TV, and voices and lead instruments are clear right out of the box, thanks to its balanced sound. The sub brings rumble in the bass to bring bass-heavy genres and action-packed scenes to life. And its satellites can add to the immersive feeling of movies, although they produce a lot of distortion at high volumes. Compared to more premium offerings, it doesn't bring the same cinematic feeling, especially with Atmos content, but if you're on a tighter budget, it's a solid pick. The Vizio M5112A H6 is great for vocal-centric TV shows and podcasts. It's a 5.1.2 setup, so there's a discrete center channel to improve vocal reproduction. With its balanced mids, dialogue is clear and detailed, and you don't have trouble following the action on screen. If you want voices to sound even more clear and crisp, there's a dialogue enhancement feature on hand. You can easily stream podcasts from your mobile devices over Bluetooth, though unfortunately, you can't do so over Wi-Fi, AirPlay, or Chromecast. Number 3. JBL Bar 500. The JBL Bar 500 is a 5.1 setup released in 2023. It comes with the manufacturer's signature Smart Mode sound enhancement tool, designed to bring a wider and more immersive feel to your audio content. It's turned on by default, so you hear it right out of the box, as well as anytime you reboot the soundbar, which isn't ideal if you don't like the way it sounds. Still, you can always turn Smart Mode off if you prefer. As the bar's name suggests, though, it doesn't come with as many features as more premium models from the manufacturer, like the JBL Bar 1000 or the JBL Bar 1300X. The JBL Bar 500 is good for mixed usage. This versatile soundbar brings a clean, clear sound ideal for everything from dialogue-heavy sitcoms to bass-centric music like EDM. With a room correction tool on hand, its sound is optimized to the unique acoustic characteristics of your living room. It also supports most common audio formats, though it has to downmix high content like Dolby Atmos. The JBL Bar 500 is great for dialogue-centric podcasts and TV shows. With its discrete center channel, this soundbar can improve the overall vocal clarity in the mix. Its pure voice dialogue enhancement feature ensures you never miss a conversation on screen. While this bar has latency across all formats and connections, you can use the app to manually adjust for delay. Number 2. Samsung HW Q600C. The Samsung HW Q600C Q60cc is a 3.1.2 setup with the manufacturer's acoustic beam technology, which uses side-firing drivers built into the bar itself to send audio through a beam and out a series of up-firing drivers for a more immersive sound. This mid-range offering still comes with the manufacturer's signature sound enhancement features, like a graphic EQ, as well as support for more advanced audio formats like Dolby Atmos. You'll have to purchase rear speakers separately, though. The Samsung HW Q600C is good for mixed usage. This 3.1.2 soundbar has a discrete center channel to improve vocal quality in movies and TV shows. Its bass-heavy sound also brings a little extra punch to music, and there are many customization tools on hand to get the sound you want. While it supports Dolby Atmos content, it doesn't provide the most immersive listening experience. You'll have to add on separate satellites to improve its surround sound. The Samsung HW Q60cc is great for dialogue-centric TV shows and podcasts. This 3.1.2 setup has a discrete center channel to improve vocal reproduction in the mix. The balanced and even sound ensures that dialogue is reproduced with clarity and accuracy. You can even use its voice-enhanced tool to make dialogue stand out. Unfortunately, there's high latency via HDMI in, which can cause your audio and visuals to be out of sync. Number 1. Sonos Beam Gen 2. The Sonos Beam Gen 2 is a 5.0 setup that's the upgraded version of the Sonos Beam. It keeps the same compact design as its predecessor, but it adds Dolby Atmos support so you can enjoy movies and other high content on your favorite streaming platforms. It's a Wi-Fi-enabled soundbar that you can control using either Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant. And its compatibility with the Sonos S2 app makes it easy to integrate into your existing Sonos ecosystem. Also, you can add on a separate subwoofer and satellites from the manufacturer if you wish to improve its performance. The Sonos Beam Gen 2 is decent for mixed usage. This 5.0 setup offers a small, standalone design that's ideal for a smaller living space. Out of the box, it reproduces dialogue in movies and TV shows with clarity, and vocals and lead instruments in your favorite music are present and detailed in the mix. Of course, since it's a standalone bar, you don't get as much rumble in the low bass during action-packed scenes, and the lack of satellites takes away from the immersive feel with surround sound. However, you can always add these components separately if you want to improve the performance. The Sonos Beam Gen 2 is good for dialogue-centric TV shows and podcasts. It's a 5.0 soundbar, so it has a discrete center channel to improve vocal clarity in the mix. Its balanced sound, especially in the mids, ensures that dialogue reproduces with accuracy and clarity. And you can always use its dialogue enhancement tool to make voices more crisp. That said, when it comes to podcasts and audiobooks, you're limited to Wi-Fi if you want to stream wirelessly from your mobile devices, as there's no Bluetooth support.